You
What
know
are we
what
doing?
I'm
Hey, is
saying? There he is. What's up, Bry?
what's going on? How you doing? Good.
Well, I'm looking at Sunday, divisional round Sunday. Okay.
Sunday,
Part
Sunday,
two,
Sunday sauce, Sunday gravy.
Sunday gravy. Cincinnati, Buffalo. The game that there was it was such a tragedy. Thank God Hamlin's all right now. That game got interrupted. Two teams that went through the same exact thing going back now to play in Buffalo at or in Orchard Park. Oh, you want to go first? What are you thinking about the game? I could go first if you want. You
Well,
let me know.
I thought that originally when the game was going to happen, I thought the spread would be a little lower, where I thought that the Bills would only be about a 3 point favorite. I thought it would be a pick 'em, but the fact that it's a 5.5 point spread just on the juice on the Bengals and both teams not looking too good.
Yeah,
They didn't. They're not now. I hate to bring up the Giants game, but the Giants look like a train coming. Where
yeah.
now Buffalo and I look at Cincinnati. They didn't. I don't know. They just. They. I don't see that same train. Where I think just in the heart of hearts, because I like taking the juice, I would have to take the juice just because I don't know what could happen in this game. Now, what are you thinking?
Well, early in the week when the game first came out, my initial instinct was Cincinnati
Me
because
too. We were even saying that during that Sunday. We were even saying it.
initial reaction, I was on Cincy because I was thinking I was going down the line of my thoughts, and I said, well, I like Burrow a little more than Allen, especially this year. Allen has, I think, every quarterback when they're coming up, they go through that stage where they're trying to do a little too much, like Mahomes did last year, and then he dialed it back in. I think Allen hasn't been playing that clean, and Burrow just looks like a Brady or a Montana. Just he's got that something you can't quantify. He just has it, and
Yeah.
he's really good. But as the week has been going on now, I'm hearing that there could be three offensive linemen out, and I keep getting flashbacks of the Chiefs
Burrow
in the
just.
Super Bowl. I keep thinking about the Chiefs Bucks when everybody was wanted to bet the Chiefs, but I just couldn't bet the Chiefs because I heard the whole line was hurt and they paid for it. Is Cincinnati going to pay for it? But then again, real quick, who gets the shit kicked out of them better than Burrow and still wins games? The guy's been sacked 9 times and won playoff games before to go to the Super Bowl just last year. So I
I
don't
know.
know. Yeah, I'm leaning Cincinnati because Buffalo has stunk too. Buffalo hasn't knocked anybody's socks off. They're not humming.
I feel the same way as you. And I don't. This game is so tight where I don't know, but that's why I would just rather take the juice and just take myself getting plus money, because then if I take the Bills and I got a minus money and I'm sweating it out, I'm getting all pissed off why I didn't just take the juice with the Bengals. Like I just.
Would you agree with this? Like, kind of what you're saying to bring it on the other side. There's no value in betting Buffalo
That's
this
what I
year,
mean. That's what I'm getting at.
right?
You
Yeah,
that. There's no value bet in Buffalo. Exactly. You put the right
yeah,
word in my mouth there, where there's no
yeah.
value to take Buffalo. It they're playing a
Like,
really good Bengals team who went to the Super Bowl last year. They're Joe Burrow is, like you just said, a young rising great quarterback. There's no value to take
it's
Buffalo.
like if you're gonna bet this game, if you like Cincy, then figure out a way to do it. But there's really no value in Buffalo unless you're a Bills fan and you put it in. Unless you try to tease them down. But if you're gonna tease it, I would rather put a 6 on the 5.5, make it 11.5. Cincinnati plus 11.5, like a two
Yeah,
game tease. Any way you slice and dice it, I'm gonna try to fit Cincinnati in the equation.
I agree.
More
I agree.
value.
I'm not saying where I love Cincinnati in this game. Like I don't love them in this game. It's just I believe from a better standpoint is that there's just no value to take Buffalo. There's no value there.
Right, right. And yeah,
Now,
that's what I'm thinking so far with that.
so with that game too, we talked about the spread. What are the props you're looking at in that game? Is there any guys that you're looking at to score? Are there any over unders you
Yes,
like? Is there any?
absolutely. Yes, 100% yes. Do you know what I'm going to say?
I think so.
Well, if I do go back to the if I go back to the Bengal wagon, and usually this season, if you follow trends, you go back in the sleeper app, best fantasy app out there. That's a free ad for you guys. Best fantasy app out there. If you look at the history, usually when T. Higgins has a valley, it goes
Listen,
right back to a peak.
I've had him. I had him all year. I wanted to kill him because he's so inconsistent. I want to I fucking
But he comes back.
but he comes back, and if there is one thing I could see in this game, I could see points.
I feel like the Bengals, they literally feed one guy 1 week and feed the other one. When they have T. Higgins in the plans, he goes off. Big games, 180,
Do you
11,
see
12 catches.
what's the over under? What's the over under in the game?
I think it's 48 and a half. Wow,
Really?
that's tough.
Well, that's crazy because they're saying they got the Chiefs and the Jaguars at a 53 and a half now. So they're saying that there's going to be more points in the Chiefs and Jaguars game, which I don't know. I couldn't see that. If anything, I would think there'd be more points in the Bengals Bills, don't you?
Not if Burrow, not if that line can't protect. You might see him have a rough day and endure. I could see Joe Burrow having a rough day and enduring it all and maybe winning. And I could also see Buffalo's been turning the ball over. So I could see maybe a little more sloppy of a game than we're just sitting back and imagining. Maybe it will be, if you get a couple turnovers and missed opportunities, that game goes right down.
I don't know if we're going to see that battle we saw last year where it was Buffalo versus the Chiefs and they were both firing on all cylinders going at each other, when they were just scoring on each other. Gabe Davis had that game. I don't know if we're going to see that clean of a game. I think, like you said, I think it could get a little sloppy. Just like it looked like, we were watching the Miami-Buffalo game, and I couldn't even believe the things I was seeing. I was seeing Josh Allen, short arm, wide open guys.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that. Like, he fumbling the ball. He looked like he's trying to do too much. And again, this offseason, they just wanted to hand the Lombardi Trophy to the Bills. All I heard this offseason was, who's going to beat the Bills? Who's going to beat the Bills? Yeah. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, who are the Bills going to beat?
I hate to sound like a broken record, but if the Bills exit the season and they make an announcement about Josh Allen's UCL, I am going to scream it and record it from a mountaintop. I've been saying this since they announced it. I never heard of a UCL ligament getting better. Most people think Tommy John. He's got the strongest arm in the world anyway, so if anybody could play through that, it's probably him. He's been sloppy since they announced that injury. And I don't know. That's another thing that makes me hesitate, makes me pause on Buffalo. I'm still saying it. They haven't been the same.
I agree. They haven't been the same team. And I said there's no value to take Buffalo in the game. Now, we started touching on some props. I know you said T. Higgins. Is there anything?
I'm just like T. Higgins anytime in that game. That game could be a slop fest. I'm not sure about that game.
Bro, I like T. Higgins too. I'll go back to the Dawson Knox well again.
Oh.
Have a red zone target.
You called Dawson Knox last week.
What?
You called Dawson Knox last week.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to stay with that trend too because I don't see a red zone target for them. Is it when get down there? Who's he going to throw the ball to? And Dawson Knox could have had 2 last week, but he just dropped that one or was ruled incomplete, and that was a big turning point in the game too, which is why we didn't fucking cover. So
and Dawson Knox has been coming on the last month or so. Yeah. He's been having nice games.
And again, I was one of the people who fucking drafted him in like the 6th round, claiming he's going to be the next fucking Kelsey, and he stunk this year in fantasy. He was
dropped very slow.
But I think that he's a nice scratch off where he's probably plus 200 to score anytime. That's not bad.
Dawson Knox came on very slow this year, but if you just tunnel vision in on the past 6 weeks, he's coming on right now. I like the Dawson Knox play. We'll take a little shot on Knox as well. And then, I don't know. People are going to get mad at me, right? But people are like, well, how cool would that be if, like, I'm being such a cocky Giants fan. I'm like, Giants, I said it could be like an 0-7 run if we beat Philly and then the Niners, get the defenses keep leveling up. And they're like, well, what about the Giants? They play Dallas. And I'm like, I don't think they're playing Dallas. I don't see the Giants playing Dallas. If we get to the NFC Championship, I'm expecting San Fran.
Stop saying if. When the Giants get to the NFC Championship game, who are they going to play? Who do you think they're going to play?
We're going to be at Candlestick or wherever the fuck they play now. Excuse me.
I think it's like Candlestick. I keep calling it Candlestick, but I think it's like Levi Stadium now or something. Hey, people forget the Giants are undefeated in the NFC Championship, So let's
if we get that far, we're not losing. We're not losing.
Wait. So we got to reel it back. So you're saying that in the game, you like the Niners. Now the Niners, I believe, what are they, 3.5?
3.5. That's not much. That's one Dak mistake.
That's one Dak mistake. Exactly. Now, in that game, what are you seeing? What do you like?
I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Dak looking a little husky this year. He looks when he does that leg kick, when he does this shit at the line, it looks like a fucking horse. He's got like a horse leg. He does the kick like to say hike. Yo, Dak is looking slow. I don't care that he had a good game against Tampa Bay. Every Giants hater out there, oh, Minnesota's defense was bad. What about Dak? He had a nice game against a shit team. The Bucs were 8-9. They got in as a result of their division stinking. Puke division.
Is even though Dak was hurt this year, I think he gained a couple LBs. And I think that when he was hurt, he wasn't doing what he had to do. Also is the thing that
ferocious defense is going to get Dak. He's not going to be able to get away.
I don't think he's going to be able to get away. I know we're Giants fans, obviously, so we're hard on the Cowboys, and obviously
True.
we like
guilty. I'm guilty.
We are guilty of that, you know.
Right.
I will for a second play devil's advocate here in this game. I will for a second, even though I truly think the Niners will win.
Okay.
If Parsons and then become a game wrecker again, we haven't really seen who is Purdy? You know what I mean?
This kid have a bad game?
Who is this guy? But also, who's Dak? Is Dak a quarterback that can go down the field and lead your team to victory in a playoff game?
You know what? Dak started out in his career and he surprised a lot of people and came into the role and became a solid NFL quarterback. I think he's still a solid NFL quarterback, but I'd put him on a level. They don't have similar games, but I'd put him on the Cousins level. He wins a lot, but I never seen him like really put teams on his back and you know, do anything. He hasn't willed anybody to victory, like you said, yet all the way. So, and that 49ers defense is ferocious. But on the other hand, we're not talking about this rookie with Purdy. Like, is this
now that's where I was going with the devil's advocate. If Micah Parsons can make this kid's life hell in the backfield, but I don't know. Now that's a one-on-one matchup I'm really looking forward. Parsons versus Trent Williams. Is Trent Williams fucking sit Parsons down his ass and he's going to be a non-factor, or is Parsons going to be a factor? I think that that's going to be a big play in this game. I think it's every week for Dallas. If Parsons can fucking be a game wrecker, Dallas can win any week. But if he's not fucking changing the aspect of the game, I don't see Dak Prescott willing them to victory. I believe the key for Dallas to win is causing turnovers from Parsons and making the 49ers offense have sloppy plays, you know, because it's going to be tough for Dallas to score points against that Niners defense.
Yeah, it is. And also, like, I'm thinking about like what offensive units like can do more. And then I go back to the Giants play call and the Niners play callers, the formula manipulation with the Niners, how they use all those really good guys. And I like Dallas. I like Pollard this year. He's had a nice season, but Zeke looks like a shell of himself to me.
I know.
I'm you know, their receivers, they got some decent receivers, but
Zeke and Dak are getting in that same fat face category.
They're both and when I start thinking about like McCaffrey, how he looks this year with that gallop of his, and Elijah Mitchell backing him up, and Kittle's looking really good, and Debo running healthy. Yeah, like everybody's healthy and their unit looks really strong, and that's their offense. And we were just talking that they got the best defense. So I think as the whole team, their whole team might be stronger than Dallas's whole team. That's how I'm looking at it straight away.
I would think in the Niners. So you want to know something?
That's how I'm feeling.
As you know, just being around the gambling and stuff like that, is if you were to blindfold me, I think the spreads in the Sunday games would be switched, where I think it would be the Bills being a 3.5 point favorite, and then the Niners being the 5.5 point favorite.
When has the reigning AFC champion? When has the reigning NFC champion going to repeat as the conference's champion and they're 5.5 dog? That's disrespect. They got to be thinking about the linemen.
They lost to the Rams last year.
No, the reigning AFC champion.
They're
the champion of the conference, technically.
Exactly.
Somebody's got to beat the Bengals. We said it runs through KC, but really they got to knock off Cincinnati because they're the champions of the conference right now, and they're back in.
I would think those lines would be switched, where I would think the Niners would be a little bit heavier of a favorite. Wouldn't you think so? I think the Niners are really clicking, man. After what they did in the second half against Seattle, like, dude.
It's got to be the Dallas fan shit. It's got to be the America's team shit.
the line has to be where it is because there's so many people betting Dallas blindly because they're Dallas fans and stuff like that. It's got to be that.
If you came to the imaginary Nooch sports book, you know what I would set this game at? I would set that game at 5.5, like you said.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking too. When I originally thinking last week before I saw the lines, if
That's
the
a
Niners
whole line.
Dallas, I would be like Niners would be about a 5.5 point favorite. That's why
I would be shocked if this game doesn't kick off at 4 at least. I'd be shocked. You don't think everybody would bet the Niners laying 3.5? If football,
I mean, we're not gonna bet the fucking Cowboys,
listen,
but like I think.
But also Purdy's not just driving the car like everybody says. I know they're setting him up well.
Not the games. It's the team. It's the team.
But he has his passer rating is off the charts. He's playing great. So you can't take away from him like all he's doing. He's like going into the week 18 games, he was the leading passer in the NFL since the game he started. It was like a 4-week sample. He's really playing well, man. I don't know if anything's gonna stop them.
I know, and that makes me nervous for when the Giants play them in the NFC Championship game. But
I'm going 49ers. That's my final answer. I'm going with the Niners.
I'm going, and I'll tell you this. I'm gonna go. I mean, I'm going with the Niners.
But it's not clear. I don't feel great about it.
But you don't feel comfortable?
Yeah, like I could see any team winning, but I think I gotta pick the Niners, at least money line, to win the game.
I like. Is there anything you're looking at in that game? I think I think that McCaffrey over rushing yards. I think whatever you could maybe get it at 50, 60, 70. I think he hits the hole hard and he has a couple.
McCaffrey's going to go over 50. He's going to go over 50. I like McCaffrey to go over. If you put McCaffrey over 50 with the Niners money line, that's already in the pluses. Oh no, minus 119. You probably need one more.
Hey, ready? Niners minus 2.5. McCaffrey.
Alternate spread.
Yeah, minus 2.5. That's plus money right there. I bet
you got pretty sharp since the first day I saw you fucking looking at this shit. Fucking alternate spread. Let me find it. This guy. There we go. Alternate spread minus 2.5. You want to take 1 point off in case we win by a field goal. Got it. Okay, here we go. Minus. Wait, let me just make sure I'm on the right side. Niners minus 2.5, which is smart. Minus 178. Okay, so now we got McCaffrey 50. Minus 2.5. We need one more.
Why do we need one more? McCaffrey
it's minus 105. Minus 105.
Didn't get the plus yet.
You want to get in the plus? How about Kittle? How about Kittle for a small chunk? That's a definite. Nothing's a definite in sports.
What you want to know who was running freely a lot last week that I saw in Seattle?
Who?
Ayuk
got us a couple times in fantasy this year. Whenever they get around the 30, 35, they go to Ayuk in the end zone.
And I think Purdy likes Ayuk. I think Purdy likes Ayuk more as a wide receiver target.
That would blow up the parlay. That would make it.
That's why I said Ayuk. I knew that would blow it up.
Anytime touchdown, Ayuk.
Oh man,
I saw him in a game this year. Only have 2 catches. They were both touchdowns. They go to him in the end zone.
I know. That's an offense. I don't know if there's going to be many touchdowns in that game.
We'll stay away from Ayuk. Yeah, you're right.
I would rather stay away from Ayuk too. But listen, how about that? Ready?
Kittle, alternate receiving yards. Kittle.
What are we doing? Why don't we take the other game?
To throw Kittle.
Let's take the bet 10.5 for the Sunday.
Let's just throw Kittle 25 plus in there. We know he's going over 25.
We know he's going over 25.
Okay, and then we'll put one thing with the Cincinnati game or two things. We going T Higgins and the Bengals?
Let's go.
For it.
You want to go T anytime?
We can't bet both teams, and we've been like talking for a half an hour how the fuck are we gonna bet the Bills? Should we just take a blindfold and a cigarette and bet the Bengals and hope Joey B pulls it out with no line? That's the thing I'm worried about, the line. If they had their line, I'd be screaming Cincinnati.
Yeah, if they did, that's what makes me nervous, that's what makes me nervous about
Joey B could take the shit kicked out of him and endure. We know that. We've seen it.
What if we give ourselves the spread plus? It's going to be plus money. Score.
Great idea. You see, that's why I needed I need you on here. You remind me of shit that's right in front of me. Okay, so let's take the 5.5.
What if we
Already
just?
giving us too many points.
Yeah, they're already giving us a lot.
Okay, so we like Cincy plus 5.5, and do we drop the T. Higgins bomb on it? Why not? Let's go for it, huh?
Plus money. That's gonna fucking kill it.
Let's drop the T. Higgins bomb on it and call it a fucking day. Excuse my language. Oh, I get excited.
Sunday stew.
Okay, Sunday stew. We're gonna put the T. Higgins on that ass, and that's gonna be a wrap. Let's see. Where's T. Higgins? Oh, and they don't even have him on the board. I gotta go to show all. T. Higgins plus 200. Ooh, that's nice. $10. Ready for this one, Ryan? We're pretty good. We got like the numbers in our head without really even looking. Ready for this? Our $10 on this one. Now we just did the Saturday games. Our $10 paid 110, right? We just did our little stew. We got five in here. $10 pays $100.09. Ooh, that's a beauty. Ooh, that's a beauty. I like that one. I'm gonna reread it for the people if they want to go in on the scratch off. This is a neighborhood pick scratch off. $5 pays for $50 a man for me and Ryan right now. What do we have? We got McCaffrey over 50 yards rushing. San Fran minus 2.5 alternate spread. Kittle's plus 25 yards receiving. Bengals plus the 5.5. And T. Higgins for the tutty because he hasn't been in the end zone in a few weeks and he never stays gone long.
I agree.
Right?
That.
I like that. All right, so we're gonna go for it, and that comes out to plus 1,000. Perfect. Plus 1,000. Oh, where's the pat on the back emoji? We didn't even plan that. Oh, nice. I like that.
I know. So that's the Sunday stew.
Yep.
I think that so at the end of the day, so for both of it, after our last game on Sunday, right?
Yep.
The NFC Championship game will be the Giants versus the Niners.
Giants, 49ers.
The AFC might be a rematch of the Chiefs and Bengals.
Yep.
And then, I mean, personally, I'm going to go with the Chiefs to revenge the Bengals and go to the Super Bowl. Yeah. And then they're going to play the New York Giants.
You know what? I 100% agree. Chiefs, Giants. There you have it, guys.
I bet it's about 40-50 to 1 right now.
If you do the exact team and you take the Giants to beat the Chiefs right now, it probably pays like a mini mega million.
That's a mini mega scratch off.
A mini mega neighborhood pick scratch off.
There we go.
Right. Signing off. Great job today, Rye. Thanks for coming on as always, and let's stay in tune. So when it's time to go again, we keep everybody going right through the Super Bowl, brother.
Here we go.
Thanks, man. See you later.